Hi everyone, I'm Paris WSP. We are Group 39 and we were lucky to have a topic of sustainability under which we are going to protect our beautiful riverbanks and useful sources of water all over the country by finding substitute for river sand which is largely used in construction and industrial development. Now take a look at the ingredients of river sand. We have nearly 30% of non-renewable ingredients, namely mineral iron oxide, silica, and alumina oxides, and the remaining 70% consist of slate and sand quartz, which are renewable materials. Next, when it comes to properties of each ingredient, we expect its strength from friction between particles and angularity by its shapes of the corners of a particle and durability as the long-lasting quality which stand in the damage and fineness of the sand which is measured by sieve tests indicating its fineness and harshness. Then water absorption which is excessive in natural substance. Next, arriving at the production of the substitute, we start with extracted rocks and by using electricity, we grizzle it and crush it first. Then after the first screening, we get it imparted. And with the secondary screening takes place followed by a finishing wash. Consequently, we end up with dust, sound and wastewater as byproducts. But with the solution for the great danger to the environment caused by sand mining, now we have our main product, the manufactured sand. Next, at the same time, when it comes to the extraction, storage, and transportation of raw materials, as well as to the utilization and disposal of such materials, we require the use of fuel such as diesel and petrol, which release carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter to the atmosphere, and especially in disposal process of utilized materials, solid waste is also released to the environment. Now, let's consider the applications of river sand. It is widely used in all sorts of constructions, from making of bricks to mixing of concrete. And also, there is a high demand for river sand as a fine aggregate for conventional cement mortar and plastering. Basically, it's good for all construction purposes as it is well graded. Now, I invite Anupa to continue.
Thank you, Satya. I am Pereira LAS. Now, I'm going to talk about the problems that we identified regarding this product. In here, you can see we have categorized all problems under three stages: mining process, transporting, and using. In the first stage, increase in surface water salinity, coastal erosion, threats to the ecosystem are the main problems that we identified under environmental problems. And using manpower is a social problem when mining sand. And from the next slide, you can see we have listed down all the details as I mentioned earlier. When talking about transporting, using diesel and petrol helps to pollute the air by releasing toxic gases. And sound pollution is another environmental problem that we face under transportation stage. When we're talking about using river sand for construction, air pollution and the solid waste are the problems that we face environmentally. From these two stages, I think air pollution and the sound pollution are the main problems that we should focus on. Then I'll move on to the next slide to talk about available alternatives. First, we filtered out three main problems, and when finding alternatives, we were able to find available alternatives like copper slag, bottom mash, quarry dust, and enzyme. And we think using a byproduct like quarry dust will solve the problem with the wastage and pollution. And as a solution for the higher cost, we can use quarry dust or construction and demolition waste. So we had to choose the best alternative out of these. Now I'll move on to the next slide to talk about the alternative that we propose. After reading articles, blogs, and research papers, we ended up with a good alternative. Corridust is our proposed alternative. There are so many reasons to use corridust instead of river sand. It can easily replace river sand due to their similarities. Using corridust will definitely reduce the harm to the environment, and that happens throughout the process of getting river sand. So I think corridust is the best substitute to river sand. Let's quickly move on to the next slide. In here, as you can see, there are so many benefits of using corridust. Mainly, it's cost effective and easily available. But the best thing is it helps to stop environmental pollution that happens throughout the process of mining river sand. Not only that, corridust gives a good strength as much as river sand. So use of corridust in construction industry will reduce the cost of construction, and the construction material would be saved. The natural resources can be used properly. So I think using an alternative like corridust, which is a byproduct, can prevent pollution and work as a good substitute to river sand at the same time. Then I'll move on to the discussion. When collecting information regarding this, we read lots of articles, blogs, and journals. As a result of that, we were able to find many qualities of corridust. Corridust has very much similar properties to river sand. When talking about the strength, you can see there are so many similarities between these two. But according to Sham Prakash and Rao, it is found that 40% replacement of fine aggregate by corridust gives maximum result in strength than normal concrete. And when considering about the workability and the strength of corridust, it is at a good standard. In the next slide, you can see that we have included a chart and a table to identify the similarities between river sand and corridust. You can compare these two as well. And those information shows why corridust can replace river sand. Now I'll move on to the next slide. When finding a substitute to river sand, sustainability is the main thing that we focus. So in here, I'll talk about the sustainability of corridust. Corridust is a kind of waste material that is generated from the stone. It is also known as a byproduct. So in construction industry, using a byproduct like corridust is certainly a good potential resource, and a lot of energy can be recovered from it. So we thought it would be a great thing to use a sustainable product like corridust to replace river sand. So I'll move on to the conclusion. As the conclusion, I should say that we are so happy to receive a topic like this because finding substitute to river sand will help to protect our mother nature. Not only that, because of this project, we learned how to achieve a target as a team. First, we collected information about river sand, and then step by step, we moved to the find a substitute to river sand. When considering the effects of river sand on the environment and also scarcity, it is evident that an alternative to river sand should be found. So we worked on it. As a result of reading articles, journals, blogs, and research papers, we were able to find the best substitute to river sand because corridust has a positive contribution to the environment. And here you can see the references that we used when finding information regarding this project. They were very helpful. And finally, we should thank everyone who helped us throughout this project. And thank you all for listening to our presentation.